Alright, another edition of What the Fuck happening in the YouTube atheist community. Yes, I'm tired. I still have a headache. Instacam last night, long time. Good night though. Get to that later. Okay. First off, yeah, I did one of those Davos question videos, you know, whatever it is, PR-y thing, whatever. Just figure out a link to it. It'd be nice if you 5-starred or did something, maybe to make it noticeable, and then maybe it'll get featured or some other kind of bullshit, and whatever. The video quality isn't too good, which is sort of irritating me. I mean, I hate this YouTube high quality thing because the low quality gets worse if you do the high quality video, and I don't know, I haven't figured it all out yet. I mean, apparently there is some way to upload it in the right format where it comes out good in both standards, but so far it ain't working out. And I don't know, the sound is pretty poor. It's not terrible, but I mean, it's just weird. I don't know why it came out weird. But anyway, it's always hard, you know, to do a 3-minute video on a complex subject. I mean, it really is a strange demand. But anyway, just mention it for your information. Let's say FYI. Anyway. So the Amazing Atheist did a few videos I didn't watch out of protest because Existential Cat did a video response to one of his older videos. It was just so repulsive because she was sitting there talking about how empathetic he is. And I was like, no, I have to go on a murderous rampage now. It was just unacceptable. It just broke my brain entirely. And then the very next Amazing Atheist video I saw was the Man Tits song, which is creative and interesting. I'll give them that. The girls find it funny. You know, to me it's a little bit dyspepsia. You know, it hurts the stomach and the brain at the same time. You know, Fake Sagan did pretty good doing his little song, but they didn't write any verses to the song. You know, it was only one verse and 4 minutes long, so whatever. But you know, whatever. But the video that surprised me, the surprise of the week, is TJ's Long Video Sunday, because this week's I liked it. I mean, you know, it was sort of introspective in the beginning, which was really interesting, and you know, and then the ending, like from 30 minutes to 40 minutes or so, somewhere in that period, he was lamenting, you know, looking up at the higher viewed videos and stuff and complaining, and it just was so similar to my little sour grape complaints about the viewers he has. And so it's like everything he was saying about these other people, I'm saying about him, and I don't get it, and I don't understand it, and it is just kind of funny. And it's just also revealing that, yeah, he really is into this comedy thing. I mean, he thinks he's funny, but I've never laughed at his videos. I've just never, you know, laughed, like, you know, and so I, like, sort of think of him as more like a Will Rogers, you know, kind of a witty guy. You know, he spins his rope and he says a couple things that are sort of witty, but they don't really make you laugh, you know. And so, I mean, he's articulate and he does have some... He plays with words well and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, it's not the kind of, you know, just never, you know, I mean, it just didn't crack the smile on my face. But whatever, it is just kind of funny that there was whatever, he was having an Inmendum moment. He's a cranky pain in the ass video, and I liked it, but whatever. So let's move on. We'll move on to Cody. Well, TK, you know, the Amazing Atheist did do a book review, and of Cody's book. And it did seem kind of forced. He just didn't seem really... I mean, he said very nice things about the book, but he just said them in some kind of, you know, twisted way. So it just seemed a little off somehow. And then Cody's last video, it was the poetry thing. Oh, forget it. Yeah, I had to, you know, got into like 15 words and had to turn it off. He ought to get somebody else to read his poetry videos. Maybe if Meryl Streep was reading the poetry, I could take it. But Cody just can't sing and he can't read his own poetry. So anyway, it's just my reaction. It's just a visceral thing, you know. Ugh, hard to take. Fake Sagan. Drugs. He did a drug. The drugs are bad video. I mean, it wasn't really like that, though. It was more like, you know, a do as I say, not as I do kind of video or something. But he's talking the rhetoric like the drug war still has something to do with its origins. I mean, its origins were a manipulation. I mean, it was an evil plot by the Republicans, then Richard Nixon's administration, to basically put the anti-war people and the Democrats, just put them in jail so they couldn't vote. I mean, it was just kind of an election fraud thing, just like Watergate. I mean, it was just a political party game. It was just a maneuvering bullshit. But now the drug war is a little bit different. I mean, it has been ingrained into a lot of people's psychology that drugs are bad, and that somehow the whole society will go to pieces if we let this drug thing out of the bag. And that's the real problem here. It's not so much as a conspiracy by government. The real problem is the psychology of people. There's a lot of conservatives out there who are afraid of change, and especially change that they don't need. I mean, if they don't need a right, they're not all that motivated to give it to you, because it's not in their interest. And so that argument just hasn't been made well enough that there's a huge amount of money to be saved by not fighting that war the way we're fighting it anyway, and that we have a lot to gain by moderating that war. And that's the argument that really has to be made. But I don't think you get anywhere with this conspiracy theory stuff that now it has the plot. It's still a plot, and I don't think it's still a plot. It's, like I said, it's basically just a moralizing game. And you see that's the whole cop thing, the hypocrisy. I mean, these guys get drunk, they do plenty of drugs, but that's just human hypocrisy. It's not a conspiracy. So anyway, Tommy from the Bronx, I don't know where he's going. He's still in this thing. I mean, he's just engaging these religious people on all these personal levels, and so now they're basically exchanging, parody videos or something. You live in a trailer, well, you live in a closet, you're the mole man, I mean, it's just turning into some kind of like superhero villainy kind of thing, and you're just, what's the point in all that crap? Religious nuts are religious nuts. Give it up, Tommy. They're not going to turn into something else. Okay, the other news was Vloggerheads. Yeah, I did a few videos on Vloggerheads. It's been okay-ish. Been kind of strange. I was actually mentioned by that YouTube drama guy, Trevor whatever. Trevor whatever. Maybe that's a good name for him. That guy's a strange website. But anyway, that's a whole different subject. Won't even include that, because that's not really atheism. But anyway, and so the Vloggerheads thing is sort of interesting. I mean, I kind of thought it would be this different environment, and then started getting to look just like the same kind of trashy environment. But even with the trash, it's still different. It does seem more personal. The videos are more in your face, back and forth, talking between people. Which is sort of nice, but yeah, it's not, the hard philosophy stuff really ain't there yet. And maybe it won't be suitable. Maybe it won't fit into that environment. Because it's more of a casual, social, less demanding environment. But Ronetto guy, he don't hate me, which is good. So, but yeah, it's been weird. So I did do a half hour on Bella, which was pretty funny, just because, me and Bella have been going through this thing for a year over, why we have to maintain some sort of connection to each other, and it's just impossible, really. And it's just, I think we're finally to the point where we can accept that. At least she can, maybe. Or maybe she can appreciate why it is. I just can't, I can't deal with it. There's just no, she's not worth it to me. All right, so on to stick cam. It was a long night. It was kind of casual. I had a headache, but I was there, and it was just socializing. A lot of socializing. There wasn't a lot of. There was little bits of philosophy here and there. And get into some arguments. But yeah, I did run out of patience after 20 minutes arguing with somebody. I would finally just say the hell with it and kick them out. And that's not very conducive to debating when you kick out the people that are arguing. But you can only take so much. It gets so circular. It's just the argument ends up always back in the same place, and the person is just re-articulating the same sentence. They just change 2 words or something, and they're just arguing the same shit over and over and over. And there's no point in doing that forever. So I think that's about it. Yeah, look at that. I made it under 11 minutes, and I thought I had more than that. Seems like there's more than that on the piece of paper. But I'm tired and I still have a headache, and so that's all there is. Because I don't want to think too hard. So anyway, weird week, and I'm sure this will be a weird week also. Weeks just get weird. That's what they are, weird. The end. Whatever. Stop the video.